Free trade is the import and export of goods without government interference, such as tariffs or subsidies, according to Britannica School. The issue with free trade is with the misuse around the world. The problem is that companies hire employees from third world countries and have them work the same job as someone from a first world country, but for a substantially less amount of money. Businesses continue to take advantage of cheap labor by moving their factories from their country to third world countries to get their goods made cheaper. This takes jobs away from citizens of first world nations.
The Catholic Church agrees that free trade is a good thing and not an evil one. The Catholic Church is also one of the strongest supporters of free trade. By the Church believing that free trade is right, many people have recognized that tariffs and other restrictions hurt the trade in poor countries. They do not allow the producers in these countries to compete with the more developed nations. The effect of this is that they do not get good supplies and materials that we have. By putting these restrictions on them, we are denying the poor countries of their economic liberties. The Catholic Church teaches the goods of the earth should be used by all people. The Church also says that the people are responsible for how to use the goods to benefit everyone. The main way the Catholic Church thinks this will happen is through free trade. That way, all types of materials and goods will go around the world for all to get.
Pope Pius XII spoke of a need for the free reciprocal commerce of goods by interchange and gift. To take the Church point of view on free trade, it is easier to travel to another country. On June 8, 2006, Guatemalan Bishop Alvaro Ramanzini attended a public meeting at Ryerson University in Toronto, Canada. Bishop Ramanzini led a commission to oversee mining reform and discussed free trade in Guatemala. According to the bishop, the Central American Free Trade Agreement, the CAFTA, is unconstitutional to other countries. He explained that free trade is not always fair trade. Bishop Ramanzini contrasted Guatemala to the United States. He said Guatemalan farmers have no social security or job security. Neither does he have access to subsides, unlike the U.S. farmer who has farming equipment, irrigation systems, and will inevitably produce more crops than Guatemala. If the CAFTA continues, then Guatemala will have to start relinquishing control over investments in their own country. Finally, Bishop Ramanzini believed that the basic issue is that advanced countries and big companies are only shopping for goods at competitive, non-fair pricing.
How can U.S. families support free and fair trade in their communities? FairTradeUSA.org assists consumers who could shop for fair trade products in the grocery store and the mall. Fair trade symbols mark products such as coffee, chocolate, spices, and cotton clothing. The key fact is that these products come from farms around the world where the farmer is fairly paid for their product. FairTradeUSA.org even encourages restaurants to serve fair trade. Right now, we have free trade movements, but there are always some countries that are being affected negatively by free trade. Bishop Ramanzini's situation in Guatemala tells us something has to change. The United Nations lead conferences where they invite all the country leaders to discuss what they could do regarding free trade. The global economy need fair wages, safe working conditions, and must not deplete the world's natural resources.
When the U.S., Canada, and Mexico signed the North American Free Trade Agreement in 1993, they thought that it would solve all their problems. They were correct, but it only lasted until 2000. Sadly, from 2001 to 2003, the U.S. economy took a devastating hit. Almost 2.4 billion jobs were lost. As of January 1st, 2014, the United States had 14 FTAs within 20 countries. FTA stands for Free Trade Agreement that has been proven to be one of the greatest ways to help open up exports all around the world. All of the FTAs in the United States owe its worth more than $718 billion, which is up to 6% from 2011. The U.S. is negotiating regional FTAs with countries that include Australia, Canada, Chile, Peru, New Zealand, Mexico, Japan, Vietnam, and, of course, Singapore.